Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is SkiStam and today we're back with some more news on Need for Speed 2017, Need for Speed Payback. And today we've gotten a big chunk of information about the customization of Need for Speed, which is arguably the best part about this game. Now there's a lot, so I'm gonna try not to waste too much time here, so let's begin. So we're gonna begin with the performance upgrades. There's going to be 6 categories, which is going to be block, head, turbo, exhaust, ECU, and transmission. Now they haven't said anything about the handling customization, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to buy parts. I think that might be incorporated with the car classes, which I'll talk about more later. Yes, so obviously different parts will give you more or less performance depending on how much you pay for them. In this game, the parts will be classified in levels. So it goes from level 1 to level 18, which is the max level. The level of the car will determine the tier of your car, and the tier. That basically means a lot of good things for PvP. So hopefully the PvP will be very even. All of the cars will be the same level basically. Now how the tiers works, so basically if your car has all tier 1 upgrades, then the car will be tier 1. Now something you'll be able to do is buy parts for other parts that need to be recycled. So that could be like unwanted parts from the derelict builds, so like from the scrap cars. So you could sell those and get a part that you want, and this is all called the target roll system. So depending on what type of car you're building, you might be able to get a part that works perfectly for that type of build. Now something that will have a big effect on the performance will be the brand of the parts that you choose. So if you get multiple parts with the same brand, you will get a bonus boost in performance. The type of performance boost that you get depend on what the company are specialized in. Now something you can also do to improve your performance will be applying perks to your parts. So you can get these perks through winning races, I'm pretty sure, and once applied it can improve top speed, acceleration, nitrous, air, and braking, and this all depend on what perk you get. Similar to the crew. So with all of this that I've told you in mind, you're not just gonna get the maximum upgrades just like that, which is really good. So you'll have to grind for your car. So now I'd like to talk about the classes a little quickly. Basically, as you might know, there's a race, off-road, drag, and drift, and this will be decided once you purchase the car. So when you're at the dealerships and buy a car, then you will decide which class your car will be. And all cars will have at least 2 to 3 classes available to choose from, but the derelict cars will have every class available. Now to vanity items, which this is some good stuff right here. As you might have seen, we now have neons, which is a trend that must come back because, well, like, have you seen this Golf? You don't want it? Are you insane? But yeah, we got neons. Also, we got tire smoke coloring and nitrous coloring, and then air suspension. This is actually a request that I had. I mentioned it in a video a little while back. You could click the link in the description to see that I requested it, and I have full proof. Like this will be really cool for car meets, just sinking your car into the ground and just having it sit there. Now also, I'd like to mention that you can now tune your car while playing. Like, you don't have to go into the freaking garage each time you want to tune your car and wait for the loading screens. You can now do it whenever you want. And I'm quoting from Ghosts themselves: you can tune your car mid-drift. Now let's talk about dealerships. In this game, if you want a car, you will have to drive to the dealerships that sells it, like the crew, and each dealership will specialize in, for example, exotics, classic, muscle, rally, sport, and sport compact. Well, that's basically all of them. They also mention that you'll have to keep checking back to the dealerships to see what's on sale. So you might get some discounts if you're lucky enough. Now for the now for the part shops. There won't just be one shop where you go to and get parts. Now you'll have to test your luck to get the best parts. As I said earlier, you're not just going to max out your car just like that in this game. It'll be much more of a grind. You will also be able to purchase upgrades from your garage, but there will only be a limited selection. Now, if you get a part from like winning a race or something, you won't just be able to put it on immediately. No, you'll have to drive to a part shop for them to put it on for you. So yeah, that's a detail that I really like, that you know, you'll have to drive everywhere. You know, they have really put a purpose to these shops and all of this crap. So lastly, to the garage. So obviously this is where you can switch cars, configure parts, use the paint and wrap editor, do the visual customization, construct the derelicts, and sell unmodded cars. Now, there won't only be one garage. You will be able to buy multiple garages, and you can have up to 5 of them. So hopefully these garages are going to be like decently expensive, because once you actually get all of the five garages, you will have unlimited car space. So you can have as many cars as you want. So it shouldn't be too easy to have unlimited cars. Like, that's something that you should have to grind for. Now, at last, they mentioned that gas stations are going to be back, where you can repair and refill your NOS. You know, expected. But yes, that's pretty much it for what we have got. You know, there's a lot of stuff. If you want to see the trailer that we have, it is on YouTube. You probably know that, but you know, it's in the description if you want to see it, and the articles are also there. But yes, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then you can leave a like to show that you liked it, and you can subscribe to see more of my videos. And yes, videos on this game will obviously be here once the game comes out. So thank you for watching. My name is SkiStam, and I'll see you in my next video.